Hey everybody, I'm Lex.
I'm Hazen Fields II.
And I'm Trey. How you doing today?
And you're watching Various Fields.
Various Fields.
And I wanted to let everybody know that I think I'm a weird guy. What do you guys ever...
I agree.
Thank you.
As your brother, I concur.
I appreciate it.
As your father, I don't like that terminology from me. I think you're a perfect human being like your brother is.
Well, I appreciate that.
Too
but
much.
Also, one of the reasons for the audience is that I sometimes feel like I put myself accidentally in weird situations.
Oh.
And a good example I'll get, and this I feel like happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever I remember actually, I think I just did this the other day at the hall, and no, I did this actually while we were parked. It happened so many times. I did it while I was parked outside the studio. I was here maybe just a little bit early, and I had thought I had saw Nels rolling up. I thought he saw you rolling in the car, so I just waved at the person in the car. Just somebody just drove through and definitely gave me the look of, who are you? You know, and I'm like, you can't, and they roll on, you can't take that back. You know?
Right.
You can't take those moments back. And I feel like that happens to me all the time. And for some reason, those things bother me so much.
That makes you weird, though? I think that happens to everybody.
To that person, a random person was just like...
I'm sure they had moments when they missaw someone as somebody else. I
mean, there were other reasons why I'm weird, but that's the one. Well, that's when I'm unintentionally weird.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Well, and you got any other ones? Trey,
I mean, in terms of small anxieties, I don't like waiting behind a red light.
That makes sense.
Yep.
You know,
that makes sense.
That's a ridiculous one.
This connects back to your traffic thing.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
That's a previous episode. We're starting to see a pattern.
You're just impatient.
But that's the thing that kind of causes me anxiety. It's like, why am I still here? It's like, why am I still still?
See, now we got to the bottom of the line. It was the whole time. It was a plant.
Son, how long do you suspect a general red light lasts?
Shouldn't be any longer than 15 seconds, I imagine.
15 seconds?
I mean, depends on where you are. It depends on if you're in a high traffic area. Sometimes you count them. Sometimes
shouldn't be.
I depending on the area, I feel as if some go on for 30 seconds. Some no, I'm serious. Have you
I think I'm gonna
what's the intersection by your area? How long does that light go for?
No, it's a long light.
It's a long light, or is it fairly shorter?
I think it's a long light. You're talking about. I know there's a light over there. I think it's about a minute.
It's about a minute. But it's such a quiet area. It could be 30 seconds apiece, and everyone should just be fine.
I like the should be. I don't know how to control traffic lights.
Yeah, but I just want to connect the dots, like your brother said, because it's like.
What about you, Dad?
All right, let me see. Well, one of the things that I get anxiety, not anxiety filled, but I had a situation where I'm in a car, you know, and I may be doing something in a car that makes sense, but it may look to the person that's outside the car like I'm addressing them. Like I remember one time there was a guy, he was like a dude walking across the street, you know, and he's, just chilling to mind his own business. But somewhere along the line, I was on the phone with somebody. And I think my hand gesture or whatever, I was laughing. I'm like, and he kind of looks like I don't know you. And then I felt like it was like, no, I felt like I had to give it explain. No, that wasn't for you, but I'm doing it in the car. So it looks like, to him, I'm doubling down, like what's he doing? So now you just feel awkward and dumb because you're. I feel as if explaining your behavior in a car should not be a necessary thing at all, because there are people that literally just bop to music in their own way.
That's the thing. Well, here's I think you spoke about. I said anxious, but maybe awkward moments are better.
Awkward moments are what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah.
Because you know what, I have one that I was just talking about the other day, and this one I think I mentioned it because for some reason these ones stick with me. I can't remember what I had for dinner sometimes last week, but for some reason the awkward moments from years ago, I'm like, my brain will just throw that back at me. Like, hey, remember that one time you did that silly thing? I don't know why, but I remember this was very, very dumb, and I was. For people who don't know, I worked in film, used to work in film, and for that, there's a lot of networking you have to do. So I knew a lot of people, I know a lot of people, but at a certain point in time, I would either give my Instagram out, my number out, and I was getting somewhat like socially overwhelmed. But also, I like to be friendly to people. I don't like to be dismissive. So I'm always kind of be hi or this, and then so I kind of created a weird situation for myself, especially when like you're just introducing yourself to someone. It's like, hey, we got to hang out later. I'm like, yeah, sure, definitely, we'll hang out. Right. And in the back of my mind, all I did was kind of keep the conversation going. And then next thing you know, a number will call me that I do not remember. I'm like, hey, you want to hang out later? I'm like, who is this? So I got like socially overwhelmed. So I remember I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I told myself, hey, I want to keep it chill. I'm not trying to like. I'm going to just make sure I kind of have less. I don't want to give my phone number out to as many people. I'm trying to make sure the next couple of months or so, I'm just like keep it to myself. We go to a cafe. It's a newer cafe, and I remember, and you might be able to pick up on this too, because we're not. Even though I've been upstate forever, you can still kind of tell when people are like from upstate versus from other parts of the, or just from New York City or something. So we go to the spot, and the whole cafe had like a LA vibe, and also the whole the people there. So I had asked one of the people working there just because I was curious, like, hey, is this like is this like a chain or something? And I was right. There was the original cafes from LA. They were just expanding out to upstate. Anyways, the main thing I was going for is that I ended up having a discourse with this person, kind of bantering, being friendly. And he goes like, actually, you're a really, really cool person. I actually just moved from LA. I was looking for more people to hang out with. And I was like, and I'm like, oh no, this is the moment. And I would always be like, hey, I want to say no. But for some reason, like I wanted to be like, no, but I didn't have, normally I have like all my friends call me or I didn't have anything. Right. So I mean, he's like, hey, do you want to hang out later? I can get your number. I just remember, no. And I left.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Wow. And I hated it. And I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to be mean. I just, usually I have something in the back of my head, but I got so caught off guard. And I was like, this is my time to shine. Don't get caught up. Make sure no. And I'm pretty sure that guy just thinks I'm a jerk now. Because like, he just asked to be his friend. He moved in. And I probably could have just hung out with him, but I'm like, I'm going to put myself in another situation where I feel socially overwhelmed, and I just didn't have it. So just know to this guy's face who's being perfectly nice to me, and for all he know, I started the conversation. It's all on me, but just no.
well, for me, when my thing, and this is if you ever in the area, I do a lot of singing, I do some theater, so. I think I've placed myself in a position in being in front of the stage a lot. Right. So a lot of people remember me more than I will remember them, though, because they see me from a stage.
Yeah.
And to add with that, my memory is horrible. So I have two things that happen. So some people will come up to me, and there are people that you ever meet people and you know them, but that's not enough for me. It's like me seeing your face and saying, I know I should know it. I know I should know it. I want to know why I know it. I need to make that connection so I could be like genuinely, yeah. Because a lot of people will come up to me and say, hey, Hazen Fields II, almost give my social security number and address, and they know me. And it's like my face sees you, and I said, I know we've had absolute connection, and I can't call. So I'm like, hey, bruh, what's up, sis? Hey. And sometimes to try to get a clue, and anyone that knows me, please
drop the hints.
I try to drop what I do to get a clue. I go, hey, bruh, you still doing your thing? Hoping that they'll drop a hit. Yeah, man, gotta keep on playing the music. Then my head goes, okay, music. What does he do? Music. Yeah, man, you were always a great singer, dancer, rapper, something that lands. So if you ever see me in the community, I know I've just recently, because I remember, I'm not gonna make it so clear. There have been people that looked at me and it's like, that's the type of that's how he is.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do one better because I think I inherited that same level of
really.
Again, no, it's not bad. It's because again, I can remember a person by the way they walk, the way they talk. I can't remember their face, right? No, but like I cannot remember names for the life of me, right? No matter how long I might have known you, like I could there'll be a moment of vapidness, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Tiffany. It's like, my name is Darnice. It's like, Darnice. Okay, sure.
My name is Robert.
Exactly. But there will be moments in time when I'm having a conversation with a person I've known for a very long time, right? And
that's okay. It's all right.
We have car alarm is going off.
Car alarm is okay. Not a problem. Not a problem.
But there is a moment when I'm talking to a person that I've known for a very long time, and all of a sudden, I think we had this interchange in the eyes. There's like a glint that knows that I know that you know that I don't remember your name, all right? And they kind of want to see how long the conversation can go before I actually say it or don't say it. And they're like, that's right. All right. Yeah, I'll see you later, Mrs. Brown.
Right. And the worst part is, I feel like it's always the friendliest.
Gotta go.
It's always the friendliest people.
And they're always like, yeah. Right. And you know what actually sucks? I blame you two. I blame you. Wow. I also have been, but you guys look alike. You guys are, so like what happens is I get a social, like, oh, you're Hayes' kid. But like, I can't like, even though I don't look exactly like, but it's like, I can't run away from like, you're so charismatic that I'm always known as like Hayes' son or something like that or something like that. And same thing. But also, if we're walking together, maybe they won't recognize me. If I'm walking with you, I'm definitely Hayes' son. So then you're like, hey, it's Hayes' son.
There are many times.
At least they can remember, like, at least they got your name.
At least they know me, right? Because like there are many times when people think that I am this guy.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, I just saw you last night. I'm like,
so then I remember people who remember when I'm a kid from church. I'm like, I was like 8. And like, you remember me? You're from this. And I'm like, I was 8. And like, isn't that fair? And it's still rude. Because they're still the nicest person ever.
Well, let me just tell you. Okay, we got some blame to go around if we're going to blame each other for stuff. I remember I just recently have gone to a place over here. What's the new steak? The Ruth Crisps, and a gentleman who was a server comes up and says, "Hey, you're." Hayes, the Lexington's dad, and I know, and he goes, "Yes, I remember Lexington from way back. I remember you, this," and a lot of people that know you guys know me from when you were little. So essentially, they'll look at me and say, "Oh, man, you're real old." They don't say that, but that's all I hear. So yeah, I remember you. I remember when I was little, I would come to your house, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you." And so I'll get that, and they'll do the same thing with you. It's like some people, "Yeah, man, I saw your son." I'm like, "Man, is that you?" And then I realize, oh, he didn't have the gray. He's not as big. And I'm like, man, So thank you. So he's I'm a shadow of what I used to be or something.
So my takeaway from all of it, we all just have bad memories.
Yeah, we have bad memories.
We all just have audience. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have a bad memory, and if you forgot to, like, share, and subscribe again.
Right.
Oh, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe in case we forget to say it.
Very good. Well done.
We say it. We're various fields in the beginning. I'm not sure if we said that. Like, share, and subscribe.
That's true. And it's hard. What do you guys do? Please comment. Mm-hmm. What do you do when you forget somebody? A lot of people, they're very, very a matter of fact. Oh, just ask them. Just ask them. And it's not that way. It's not that easy. Because what happens is, like, when people say your name with such gusto, and you almost hear the violin playing, like, it's like, it's your turn to remember me. And you're like, it's like your eyes are there, and it's like, I got nothing.
And there's also a timing to it too, because like you are in the middle of a conversation with somebody, and like you guys look, oh hey, how you doing? Remember? And you just go on for like a whole 3 minutes just having a conversation with the individual. I was like, oh, I don't mean to interrupt. Like, what was your name again? And you already had established a new connection with the guy.
The thing is, because a lot of people say like, oh yeah, like just ask them. It's not that big of a deal. It's in your head. People won't be offended. And you know what? Some people are really good about it. If you ask them your name, like, hey, it's been a while. Can you remind me your name again? Some people won't be offended. But that's not my issue. I don't want to look like a jerk. It's more of me that I don't want to be the guy that's like, I have no idea who you are. All previous interactions have been nothing to me, and you are meaningless. Like that's how it translates. If it's
so, a lot of our anxieties and awkward is in meeting people. We got a lot of that.
Meeting people again at the very
that's right. Yeah.
If you have any other awkward moments, then everything just like or things that we find
awkward. That's big on me. Just a thing not to do, because I used to try to say, "Oh, yeah, man, how do you spell your name again?"
Oh, yeah,
and I've done that, and that's a gamble. That's a gamble. That's absolutely, because it's like
Tim,
Bob. Bob is like, spell it both ways either way. And I was like,
J. Like, how do you spell J? J-A-Y? No,
it's just J.
It's the letter J.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was
good old one-letter J.
It was K. I just knew it was K.
It was elemental P. It was one of them.
I said, Alphabet Man. That's what I used to call you, Alphabet Man.
It was a letter.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anxieties that I have. I don't know if this comes under this. If I can share. Dude. What about it? Like, is it okay to talk about not liking bridges?
Yeah, it's okay to talk about.
I have like a little inside nightmare of going over a bridge, and this is kind of scary. I always imagine going over a bridge, even if it's the daytime. I always get nervous of seeing it. And anybody that has anxieties of bridges, please don't run away. Going over a bridge at night, I always get scared that I'm going to see a cone of an airplane.
A cone of an
airplane. That's so specific. I thought you were going to say the bridge was going to fall.
No,
cone of an airplane?
Like, in other words, I'm always, there's like, it's like
the nose of an
nose cone of an airplane, like a 747. I always, in my head, I feel like when I'm looking over the bridge, I'm like
that's so specific.
It is very interesting. And I know, because I think I had a nightmare years ago about it, but it stays in my head.
I had a nightmare once that a birthday cake was going to eat me.
No way.
No, legitimately.
That's an episode of Blue's Clues.
A birthday cake was going to eat you.
I specifically remember this. I had a nightmare. You saw this episode of what?
That's an episode of Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues?
That's an episode of Blue's Clues.
The
original Steve has taught a felt creature how to lucid dream to get rid of a nightmare creature that was in the shape of a birthday cake.
That does not sound like Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues? Are you doing that? Goosebumps?
Nope.
Blue's Clues.
I'm telling you that.
Did I adopt a nightmare? I remember having a nightmare specifically.
That, I think
I was running. There was a giant birthday cake. Maybe it was because I remember being pink. I know I would have a pink birthday cake.
It had pink. It had pink frosting.
Mm.
Was the person running off a cliff? Because I was running off. It was like I was running off a cliff. The birthday cake had giant teeth, and he was going to eat me. And it was either like I get eaten by this birthday cake or I jump off a cliff. I remember that was a nightmare. And to this day, I hate that. Not just because of the nightmare, but I was thinking like I could just eat the birthday cake. I don't know why I didn't.
You might have added the cliff, but I remember that succinctly from Blue's Clues.
I would imagine you wouldn't want to eat a birthday cake that had teeth.
I mean, you remove the teeth. Huh? I guess I remove the teeth. I don't know. It was scary.
No, that would be scary. A birthday cake coming to eat you when you know.
Yeah, I don't imagine.
Any others?
Me, I'm afraid of deer.
Deer?
While really?
Yeah, while driving.
Oh,
honestly.
Okay.
Right, honestly, because very cautious driver. Nevertheless, I know for a fact that deer can teleport. I know for a fact that anytime you don't expect it, a deer is on the road.
Right.
Right? And no matter what, they're always waiting to be hit by somebody.
Well,
that
could be true.
I don't want to spin the topic back to you not having road rage.
You don't have. No. Why am I upset with a deer?
No, I never. I'm not assuming. But I will say this:
what would you do if a moose was in the road? What would you do with that?
Give it a cookie.
That's if they're in through your house. You give the cookie
I'm sorry. I guess sourdough bread. I don't know.
You give a moose a muffin. You give a mouse a cookie.
Okay, what are you guys talking about?
That's the book. You didn't know about
this? It's a children's book.
And what's the name of the book?
If you give a moose a muffin.
If you give a moose a muffin, it's a children's book. And I think if you give a mouse a cookie, it's another
What's it like the sequel to it?
Why didn't I know this?
You've read these to us.
I have?
Yes, you have.
Did he? I don't remember. I remember. Well, that's true. I remember that being in the house.
See, this goes back to my memory. This is so bad.
That's fine.
Did you enjoy the book when I read it to you?
It was entertaining. That's I don't know how to explain it as a child.
I think I'm at the point in time where you're going to say, you got to have to read the book to me. Am I at that age?
This is a left turn. Did you guys know Three Blind Mice was about capital punishment?
No. What?
It's true. Yeah, apparently Three Blind Mice is about capital punishment, like back in the King's Day.
Oh my
Capital punishment?
Yeah, you can look it up. We'll Google it in a second. Guys, Google Three Blind Mice.
I mean, I get it, but all those. Now, how did we get here? We were talking about awkward men. We do those left turns.
I guess capital punishment makes anyone anxious. So
thank you.
Thank you very well.
Capital punishment.
Back to you know.
That's good.
Well, this is what we do here. If you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss that we can, go away from, please.
If you have a topic, we probably won't discuss it.
Yeah, please, or we'll discuss it for just a little bit.
And it would be awkward. There it is, right there. Like, share, and subscribe. Various fields. We don't know nothing.
We don't know nothing. That's it.
All at once.
How much time do we have left?
Maybe about 11 minutes left.
11 minutes. Oh wow, that's good. So we got plenty of time. So Nels, do you have any fears, anxieties, things that
awkward moments, things that, small things?
Yeah, because I saw you chuckle at some of ours.
Is filming us an awkward moment for you?
I was laughing at the driving.
Oh, okay. See? I'm relatable, guys. See? There you go.
Not on the road, though.
I like relatable. No, that's fair. I'm trying to think of any other small awkward.
I do. I find it annoying when I go in elevators that don't have a 13th floor.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I know why the 13th floor.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they removed it because people were superstitious about that.
Right,
so
and I thought that bothers me.
That's fair.
That the whole elevator industry catered to something that was superstitious.
Are you more afraid of anything that might have had a 13th floor removed, or do you think it is better to have it on the elevator? What does that tell about the establishment itself?
It says it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie because it's not. It's obviously 13 floors, but you remove the 13th number.
I think the last time I've been in a building that had the 13th floor removed.
No, but these are older buildings.
Older buildings.
There's older buildings have a tendency to remove the 13th floor, and I always and when I've gone into it, it's like it's annoying. I don't know why it's annoying, but it's like this is dumb.
No, I'm trying to think of any smaller awkward things or things I also find that are just particularly all right, this is kind of I was going to say this. This is kind of a road thing, and for all my animal lover friends, all my foul lovers and things like that. This is not an ad. I don't not like animals and things like this, but I have honestly no sympathy for any type of waterfowl or duck that is maybe near road. That's mainly going to have roadkill or something. I don't feel bad for ducks that have roadkill.
What? Wait a minute. When you're saying, in other words,
if a duck gets hit by a car, I don't really feel bad for them.
Okay, why don't you?
Because they are all terrain. It's on them. They can swim, they can fly, and they can walk. If they're in the road at the time, that's on them. That's not fair. I can't drive we almost got nails. It's not fair. It's not fair. You can fly away. If a duck just fly, because if I see you, I'm going to try to avoid you. I'm not saying I'm going to hit it, but if I see you, I'm going to try. But I only have so many options. You can be anywhere.
Right.
And if that's on you,
and you chose to be on the road. No, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
See, now you brought something to my attention. No, not even duck. But no, it's kind of related to it. I kind of want to know: is Namor the Mariner a duck?
What? Wait a minute.
He's all terrain. Is he not?
Marvel character.
He's all terrain.
Yeah, he can walk. He can fly and he can swim.
Okay, all right, wait a minute.
So he's a duck, is he not?
No.
If he walks like a duck, if he talks like a duck.
I mean, I've seen that man.
Okay. Immediately, we need to send apologies to the Marvel group. We know that Namor is not a duck. Or at least we believe very strongly that he's not a duck. But anyway.
He should not be ashamed, or maybe he should.
I always feel a bit sad to see animals on the road, except rodents.
What? Rodents?
Yeah, rodents or rodents adjacent. I have a big dislike of rodents. And I know, again, people from PETA, people that I have a great, it's amazing how many friends I have that love animals.
I
love animals, but to the point even bugs, I grew up in a time when you hear a bug, you slap it. No, let them out. And I'm like, really? It's a bug, But anyway,
bugs are mean.
It's okay. But in any case, but rodents and anything looks like a rodent, because I'm not even sure if I think squirrels are rodents. Squirrels are rodents.
Squirrels are great.
Don't like squirrels.
What?
Squirrels are alive. Squirrels are
alive.
Yeah, because squirrels are rats. I call them tree rats. They're rats that just have better
PR?
Yeah, PR, exactly. Because they have fluffy tails, but they will bite you. They will attack you. They're horrible. They're going in your house. They're getting your roof. I had to get in contact with the company to get rid of them. The squirrels were trying to get into my house. Gangs of squirrels. They were trying to get into the house to get into my home. They're
led by raccoons.
Yeah, so therefore, because of squirrels, I don't like rabbits too much. Because what it was is that I went to a friend's house one day and I saw, oh, look, I see a nice little rabbit one. And then they said, oh, another two. There's a 3, 4, 5, 6. At one point, I'm like, my gosh, at what point this cute little fluffy creature. Now it's like an infestation. No way.
An infestation of rabbits.
I started rooting for Elmer Fudd.
The trail.
But anyway, but yeah. So I don't like any kind of rodent.
Okay.
I don't like bugs.
I kind of want to actually have you expound on that more because I know the reason why, but can you explain to the audience why you don't like rodents?
All right. Okay. The movie Willard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. When I was a kid, there was a movie in black and white called Willard. And there was a scene, I'll try to make it fast. There's a scene where Willard, he eventually gets control of all the rats. And we had real rats and puppeteered rats. And he goes to this guy's house, and his name is Ernest Borgnine. That was the actor. And Ernest Borgnine was like, what are you doing here, Willard? And he looks down, and there's all these rats. And Willard's at the point of getting his comeuppance because Ernest Borgnine was mean to him for, years at the job. And he's like, get out of here. And Willard snaps his finger, and the rats scurry into the house. And he's like, what's going on? And the rats go in, and he's giving his, his monologue or whatever to Ernest Borgnine. You treated me bad. And then they're like, Then these words Willard says, tear him up. And the rats start jumping at him. And as a kid, now mind you, I don't know why I'm watching this as a young, but my mind was just like in my brain and my mouth was like, and these rats were just going out there, and the rats go on him so that he falls out a window, and really rats didn't actually kill him. It was actually
it was gravity.
It was a fall. But
so you really should be afraid of windows.
But the rats pushed him out the window.
That's hilarious.
And I was so scared of rats, and I've had my own. In the future, and because we don't have enough time, I will tell you my scary rat incidents.
That's funny.
So audience waiting.
His fear of rats came the same exact way Doomsday met his demise by Squirrel Girl. Dr. Doom,
Squirrel
my
Girl.
apologies.
That's so
It's hilarious.
By rats. We don't like. If so I don't know if this is that awkward?
It's awkward.
It's very awkward to be attacked by rats. It's very awkward.
Rats, awkward. Like
Absolutely. The very fact that he even had that many to attack people. Yeah, no, that's very weird.
How much more time we got there? We got 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah. So rats and rodents and of all sorts. Even to some degree. Now I'm scared of kangaroos. Because we talked about that.
Kangaroos?
I love kangaroos.
Wow, you guys are part of a kangaroo fan club?
No, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, they're rodent-like.
Are they?
The marsupials.
They're marsupials, but
wait
they
a minute.
look like.
Have you just remember that one episode from Tom and Jerry?
That's what you actually use,
Sylvester? Episode. I call it that
episode. I think it was Tom and Jerry. Where one of the kangaroos.
It was Tom and Jerry, and you also had Sylvester the cat that always had to teach his son.
Sorry, what you guys call an episode, I call it my National Geographic. There's truth to it.
Funny.
Boxing kangaroos look very similar to very large.
I like
rodents.
National Geographic. That means fleas can sing.
There you go.
Food around the corner. Food around the corner.
Okay, all right, that's right. But anyway, that's about it. I guess we're just about done here. You guys have any last words about awkwardness and?
Well, I guess in terms of the amount of rats that you were witnessing in that movie, I know that there's a great anxiety to some people with a great collection of anything. So if there's a clutter or just any numerous amount of anything can cause an anxiety. I forget what it is. What?
Pie?
3.14. Oh, come on. That was pretty good. For my mathematicians, come on. For my math crowd, that was good.
Your joke was irrational.
Wow. You guys.
You were just mad because I'm cute.
Oh,
come on! I can do this all day.
All right,
I can do this all day.
Well,
ask me why. All right, done.
This is my life. This is my life.
I want to say full circle, but I don't want to keep it going.
Okay, I'm done. That's it. What are you guys, squares?
All right,
listen.
This has been various fields.
I have no idea what we're talking about at this point. But listen, if you liked what you saw, or if you thought it was weird enough, please share, like, and subscribe, and come back next time on Various Fields. And we, as always,
see you there.
Brothers, I love you. I
love you
sons,
too.
I love you. I love
and
you.
Hello, goodbye. Was that awkward?
Awkward. It was
awkward.
We're making it
awkward. That was an awkward goodbye. Maybe we can we do an awkward goodbye?
Goodbye. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing here anymore, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Love.